Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? My buddy Richie's in the house from Facebook side. I think you're still in Massachusetts. How are you? I don't know. Buying space in the house. How you doing, buying space? Just trying to put this in a place here. Thanks for coming in today, everybody. I will say hi to a few people here in just a minute. Hi, Janet. We have a few people watching, few people on the Facebook side. If you're on Facebook, come over to YouTube, the YouTube channel. Let me put the link in for you so you could chat along with everyone else. And, mingle, meet people, meet some new people. Glad to see everybody here. Well, today we have a guest, and where is it here? I was calling, and he wouldn't answer the phone. So I had to get my special phone out and call him.
Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring.
Oh, here I am.
So there's January House Mike. I was going through some tunes, man, and I had that ringtone, and I got to use this today at the show.
It's a good ringtone.
Yeah.
I like it.
Being in an elevator or something, and that goes off on your.
Oh my
gosh. Yeah, let me back out widescreen. All right, here we go.
Okay. Hey, I can't chat in the comments. What's that about?
No, not on StreamYard. You have to open up. Like I have two screens, so I have YouTube open up on one.
All right, I'll do it. Okay. I just want to say hi to Sylvia and Miss Janet's in there, buying space.
Buying space. How you doing, buying space? Hello, Janet. Sharon, thanks for coming in. Sylvia, haven't seen you in a while. And there's the link to the YouTube channel. Anybody wants to come over. And there's Richie, of course. He's on the Facebook side. I've known Richie probably since, my God, I was in the first grade. Went to school with his brother.
Wow.
Billy Picker in the house.
Hey, Joe.
Jack Russell wants to kill you, Paul. Oh, yesterday the dog was freaking out because I had the Vincent Price Thriller laugh every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And he was barking like crazy over it. So today we're going to interview Mike from January House.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And let me see. I want to do the other way.
Sylvia says she learned.
Oh, sorry about that. There we go. How do I get small? Can I get small? No. How come I can't get small, man?
Get small, Paul.
I wish. I'm trying. I'm on like 1,500 calories. You think that'll help?
It can't hurt.
I know. All right. So, all right. Now my dog's going crazy. Sharon, what's going on? So let's get right into it.
Okay.
I've seen you now for a while. You've been in the chats on several of the channels. Then you've been on my channel, and I think I asked you this after the third time we connected on the chat. Where did January House come from?
Sure. So a lot of people always want to know. So yeah, I started reselling full-time probably now 3 years ago, about 3 years. And I was trying to come up with a name for my store, my eBay store. I had an eBay store, but I didn't have a name. And I just wanted something. I didn't want, my first name's Mike, so I didn't just want Mike's stuff or Mike's store or whatever. So I was trying to come up with a name, and I was thinking about it for a couple of days. And my son was like 3 years old at the time. And he was in his car seat one day. We were driving somewhere. I forget where we were. And he started, now this story's a little out there, but just bear with me here. So he starts talking about how he hangs out at the January House with his grandfathers and all these things. And my father had passed away a long time before my son was born. It's 20 years now, right? So it was about 17 years prior to that when this happened. But he's like saying things about my dad, who he's never met.
Oh,
and
wow.
talking about how he's hanging out with him in this January House. Like, I don't know, dreams he was having or whatever it was. So I kind of just took that as a good sign or some kind of sign. And I thought, well, it's better than anything I had come up with at the time. So I put in the January House as my store name. And then, so it's been that way for the last couple of years. And then when I started my YouTube channel, I just started in March, really social media just in general. I never had Facebook or Instagram or any of that stuff. I'm just not really a social media, or I wasn't really a social media person. So yeah, it's my YouTube channel name. It's my Instagram name. And yeah, that's how it started. My son talking about some strange coincidences with January House. Yeah.
Is that when people get to meet you, is that one of the first questions they ask? Is like,
right.
What's with January House?
Yeah, what's up with that? Where'd you get that name from or whatever? Like,
the first thing is something I thought about, and I don't know why. Maybe because I relate everything to food, was Chinese food. Something about, I went to a restaurant once that was called January House, and I was something about their something, I don't know, but Chinese food was the first thing that came to mind. But yeah, I think that was the first question that I asked. What's with January House? It's
kind of different, and at least people remember some part of it, you know, the house guy or that January guy or January or whatever.
No, it is good. It is very, very good. And like you said, it's better than Mike's Resells or Mike's selling channel or whatever, you know.
Right.
So you've only been now reselling full time. What did you do before that?
I was in the corporate world for a long time. I worked at I have worked at one company basically for 11 years in just various positions, and it was okay. Don't get me wrong. You know, I mean, it was all right, but I always had this, even from when I was young, you know, lemonade stands as a kid, and then, you know, entrepreneurial, you know, I'd rather work for myself. I don't mind working hard, but I'd rather the, you know, bulk of the benefit come to me directly, you know, or I don't know, you know, I'm just that way. I have different ways of thinking about things sometimes, and sometimes that doesn't go over so well in corporate America. Always, you know what I mean? There's a lot of meetings and there's a lot of talking about things, but I'm like, let's go try to get things done. And, you know, if we're going to mess up, we're going to mess up, but I'm a learn from my mistakes or just actions, you know, not mistakes, but you're not going to learn things unless you go out there and do stuff, try stuff.
Exactly.
You know, I don't. So many times in reselling, like I don't know. Like I just bought this Monster High doll, like big thing of Monster High dolls. I heard they were good, popular, whatever. They can sell.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a big,
Especially the boy ones. They're very popular.
yeah. So there was a box of them, and the lady had a Nintendo Wii game, Super, what is it, Smash Brothers Brawl or whatever it was. So I bundled them up and I got it all for $15, and I just sold the Smash Brothers game for $20. So the Monster High dolls didn't cost me anything now, and I can just learn about them and see which ones are more popular and all that. So I don't know. That's just the type of way I am, and I had been selling like here and there part-time before the 3 years. So about 5 years now I've been selling on eBay. And I figured, I can do this. Why not? And same thing with my YouTube channel. I watched a bunch of creators and, people that I liked. And I thought, man, I could get on there and talk about what I sold and show what I pick up. And, during this pandemic, it was I had some extra free time. So I thought, why not? I'll start a channel.
Right. No, it's true. And I totally understand what you mean about the entrepreneurial spirit and the corporate thing, because I mean, man, I opened my first business. I was 18 in 1979. I opened my first store and been going since then. I mean, I did leave for a little while, and I was on the management team at a Walmart and then transferred down here with Walmart. But when I had my real estate office, I figured, let me buy into a franchise. So I bought into a franchise. Hello, Dennis Dew and Fruit City and everybody if I missed anybody else, I'm sorry. So I bought into a franchise, and so I'm doing my normal stuff. Like I do all my thumbnails, and I've done all my ads. And all of a sudden, the corporate office calls and says, that orange just isn't the right color or shade. And it's like, what? The color isn't right. Yeah, we know we have a standard. So a year after, I owned it 3 years. I sold it, and that's when I got out and semi-retired. But yeah, the corporate thing. And then another question came to mind. 3 years you started reselling. You were you were a corporate person before that. Was this there before?
No.
Okay.
No, this is definitely not allowed in corporate America. I had a more maybe like a your style, like a
George Michael,
like a 6 o'clock shadow, just a hair over 5 o'clock. And I used to get it wasn't like I don't know, like outwardly like negative talk about it, but like executives would make comments about it, and they didn't like it. Most of the executive team are buttoned up, straight laced, individuals, and this came much later. Yeah. And I don't have to worry, right? So I don't have to worry now, right? I just keep it trimmed.
Right. Yeah. Mine was down, and I says I can't do it. I just can't do it. So I took it down. I just like the George Michael, length, basically.
Right.
So you're making your full income now. You're supporting yourself fully by reselling.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yep.
And then you've done it now. It's been 3 years.
3 years full time. Right. Yep.
Wow. So
yeah, just hustling.
And so now, do you only sell on eBay? Do you do Amazon? Do you do Mercari or anybody else? Any other?
I do other platforms. So I don't do too much Amazon. A little bit here and there. I'd like to get into it more, but I don't know. I just have more opportunity for resale of other items, and I don't know. It just I did Amazon a little. I was more in Amazon earlier on in my reselling life, but right now I sell on eBay, Mercari, Bonanza. There's a True Gather site. I sell locally on OfferUp, LetGo, Facebook Marketplace. I do flea markets. I have my auctions on Tuesday nights and Sunday nights on my channel now that help bring in some income as well. So
yeah. Oh, that's another thing too. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel, to January House YouTube. Can you put the link in again?
Yeah.
To the January House YouTube, and actually subscribe to each other so we can all build. We can all build and grow our channels together.
Yep. There's my channel there.
And that way you'll know every time everybody goes on live.
Right.
So now where are you? You're in Pennsylvania?
Right. I'm in central Pennsylvania, right outside of Harrisburg, right in the middle of the state, pretty much.
And so flea markets and outdoor things are back there?
They are back now. It took a long time, for Pennsylvania to get back into it. But yeah, so that's kind of the reason why I started like the auctions on the Tuesday nights, and now I do them Sunday nights as well, because for some reason during the week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are slow selling days for me in my various stores. So again, I just saw other people doing these auctions, and I thought, man, I can do that. I use Pirate Ship to ship the stuff out and free shipping, and I have plenty of stuff. So I had a big death pile before the shutdown started here in Pennsylvania, thank goodness. So thank you, Red's Outpost. Thank you very much for subscribing. Yeah, so now everything's open. Flea markets, estate sales. I mean, you have to wear masks and stuff.
Right.
Most people do. But yeah, all this stuff's back open again.
We still have some estate sales here that you can actually go on and shop via the site, estatesales.net.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have online ones too, yeah.
Yeah, because they still don't want you to go in the house, and they pick
Right.
a Saturday or Sunday to pick it up.
Right.
And frankly, I mean, I'm still nervous. We're considering doing the 127, the world's longest yard sale.
Mm-hmm.
I did it once 6 years ago. I swear I would never do it again because I hate country music, and that's all that's on the radio. And the other channel was all preachers, just 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
preaching. Now I believe in God and everything, but I can hear it for an hour
Right.
a week, and that's it.
Right.
The barbecue was great, no matter some places, but and it was for me, it was kind of terrifying because you're driving through the mountains, and it's one of those things you look down and
Right. It's like straight down.
if it was pitch black, we'd be in a lot of trouble. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to do it this year, although I'm still not sure.
Right.
But yeah, there's a ton of, granted, I do auctions 2-3 times a week now. And because of the pandemic, there's a lot of people now that turn to YouTube. They got on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
it was
doing what they got to do.
Yeah, it's smart. If you're full time and there's some channels where the people out west where it's like really hot, they miss their whole flea market season, because it was too hot. When the shutdown happened, was March, April, May, which is, like prime time for them to be out. Otherwise, the summer is way too, it's 99, 110 degrees out west, and they can't have flea markets or go to flea markets. No one comes out, so they miss their whole time. So I don't fault anybody for going the YouTube route. And I picked up, even myself as a buyer, I've picked up a lot of good deals on these auctions as well. And I've turned around and sold the items back on eBay. So I don't know. I think it's a win-win for people. There are a lot of them. I like that you do a lot of yours during the daytime or earlier in the day than normal.
Right, because I just think it's like a traffic jam. At night when people are all doing them, it gets really congested.
Right.
And then you get the lag.
Yeah.
That, sometimes for no excuse at all, the internet just slows down.
Yeah.
I know earlier when the pandemic happened, if a state governor was on the channel or something, that state's internet was lagging.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But we just have to keep, chugging away, I guess.
Right.
But now, you mentioned Death Pile, and I did have a show once, and hello, Two Hip Chicks. They were in part 2 of it, and I'm going to do a part 3. Have you ever thought of getting a booth at an antique mall or a permanent booth at a flea market? Hello, Lisa.
I was in that chat as well, or we just talked about it last week when I was on your channel as well.
Yep.
And you missed a guest that one day. I think it was Friday. I think. I thought about an antique booth. There's an antique mall that I go to that's close to Harrisburg here, but it always seems like it is truly antiques. Things that are old enough to be considered antiques, which I don't usually deal in too much.
Right.
But I know the other side of it is that they just changed ownership, and I know they have some empty spaces. So I'm sure they're looking for more vendors, you know what I mean, opportunities to sell some of these spaces off. And I definitely want to. I'm definitely going to check it out. I talked to, I think Two Hip Chicks was there telling me, or there was some other guests you had that.
Well, actually, I think when you talked, it was only one hip chick.
It was only one hip chick. Right. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I'm going to consider because, right, what's the difference of it just sitting there and somebody walking in and versus sitting here and no one's seeing it at all, or renting out some resellers rent out storage units if they don't have enough room in their house. I have enough room here. I don't have to have a storage unit.
But you rent a storage unit, it's costing you money.
Right.
And if you rent a space in an antique mall, now you're paying to have it available for sale.
Right.
So it's no longer a death pile. It could be a profit pile.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give it a shot because I'm all about different income streams. Like I like or at least different ways to sell things. I mean, it's the same kind of, I like the YouTube auctions. I mean, I don't have to pay fees to anybody. They pay through PayPal, but I'm talking about eBay fees or Mercari fees or whatever, Bonanza fees. PayPal still gets their fees, of course, but if they pay by Venmo, then it just comes in straight. But or flea markets where it's just cash. I had my own garage sale, which I hadn't really done in a long time. A couple weekends ago here at my own house, I made a bunch of money over the weekend. So yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to it. I have to see how much it costs per month and what they take and all that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to look into it.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm going to also. I mean, I'm trying to move from here. But because of the pandemic, I think I'm going to be here for minimum of another year. But anyway, I think resellers should start doing shorter auctions, but with quicker style, not like Hales. I don't know how he does his. I don't think I've seen one. Mm-hmm. Don't like how they do it, but with countdown timers, move things along and don't go half the night. Mm-hmm. True. I mean, that's what I try to do on our Wednesday show. I do what's called swap meet, where I don't sell anything, but I allow other people to come on, sell 1, 2, 3 items, fast paced, in, out, and then even people make deals in the chat that they don't want to come in. And that's what I try to do. I try to keep it like that.
Yeah, I kind of see it both ways. My Tuesday night is 8:30 to 10:30-ish, 10:30 in there somewhere. So it's 2 hours. But on Sundays, I do an auction with a buddy of mine, a local business owner that has his own estate sale company and warehouse sales that he does. And he comes on and we do 3 hours. But I kind of like the longer auctions too that go, 4 hours, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, because I'll sit there and list things and I have it on in the background, and then I'll see something that I'm interested in and I'll pop on there. I don't know, but I know for buyers, like, I think it's more about moving the items along quickly and trying not to, I try not to, like, we're not here to drag things out. But for me, I'm still learning like how it works a lot of the time. The lag is what I'm always afraid of cutting it off too soon, missing someone's bid and having them getting upset because the lag messed with them and I cut it off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then they're mad at me, and I'm not trying because, maybe it looks like I tried to sell it to the one guy or girl because I cut it off. I don't know. I'm very conscious of how that looks, the optics of it.
You talk about your friend partner that does estate sales.
Yeah.
I would love to have him on and do an interview.
Yeah.
Only because my wife Sandra and we sold our rental house.
Okay.
And we did our own estate sale. And I can't imagine doing estate sales week after week after week. Now, granted, it was just her and I.
Right.
Mostly me, because she only had 2 days off during the week. It is a job and a half.
That is, yeah, it
And I
is.
would love to talk to somebody. I was supposed to talk to Chris, and he just never got back to me. But
Mhm.
if he's an estate sale guy, I mean,
Well, two things. He really doesn't know YouTube, or like he's not on YouTube, and he doesn't
Okay.
know YouTube. The only YouTube he knows is me and my channel, basically, right?
okay,
And so, not to say he wouldn't come on. I'll talk to him about it, Paul, obviously. But the other thing is, they don't do one every week. It's just him and his wife. It's a husband and wife team,
yeah,
and they'll do 2 a month because it is a lot of work. It is a lot of getting the house ready. You know, dealing with the family. You know, it's usually the children if somebody passed away or something like that, and then they have like a lawyer involved and all that. So it takes a little bit of time, and then organizing the stuff to make it presentable for sale, pricing all the items,
researching the prices,
researching and pricing. Yeah, and then what do you do when you're done with the things that didn't sell? You have to have an outlet for that, and then on to the next one, and on to the next one, and on to the next one. But, so they do about 2 a month. I think is probably busy. Is a busy month for them. Just because it takes about 2 weeks, a week and a half to get everything ready, put pictures online, and then conduct it. Have the sale. Put the sale.
I was amazed. I mean, I slept good every night after that, but it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And Buying Space said, Mike, that 3 pounds of craft jewelry may have had diamonds in it. So she's so happy.
Yeah. So a lot of times, Paul, I'm trying to branch out into new things. I bought this big box of jewelry.
Yeah.
And I just broke it off into lots. I didn't look through it. I didn't check it out. And we've had a couple auctions where people have pulled out, 925, I mean, I don't know how much or what, earring here, necklace there, different things. And they've come back and told me, I think that's great. I think that's awesome.
Yes,
I hope I can find, diamonds, gold. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, treasure hunting and stuff.
Yeah.
What it's all about.
Why not? Go for it.
Sylvia, I don't like quick ones. I can't do the research during a timed auction. That makes sense too. I did see somebody once that there was 60 seconds to win it or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's what they're talking about with What the Hales. He's got his phone, and he does like a countdown timer or whatever.
Okay.
And if it hits 0, it's out. And it's like it's good. He gets a lot of views. And it's a little over the top. My auction type is more, and I see Frugalicity said she wasn't talking to either one of us, but I don't take it bad. I didn't take it badly.
No, that's cool, because you may say, even in the chat, if it's not directed to us, we could get an idea from it too.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I remember people don't like that, or they don't like this. So yeah, definitely don't hold back.
Yeah. My auctions are more like, I don't know. It's more like, we're all know each other. We talk. I sing. Like 2 of Chicks will tell you. Like I sing. Some people don't like it. Some people like it.
That's cool.
What it is. We make jokes and we have a good time. I mean, the best part about this job is it's fun. Like it's fun to do it. It's fun to resell. I love my YouTube channel. I love interacting with the people. So I have a good time with it.
Yeah. Like I tell people, hey, this is work. And if you can't have fun while you work, what's the use of doing it?
Right. I did that for a long amount of time. So I'm done with that now. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
I'd rather just have fun.
No more tie. No more all this.
I got a beard now.
Yeah.
Good to
go. Great, Sharon. Excellent. Hey, Westside Gary in the house. Hey
Gary. How are you, bud?
Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. If you have a question for Mike, put a question mark before the question and then after the question, so I know it is a question. And we'll take care of that. And if I missed anybody, I am sorry. Let's see. You sing, Mike. LOL, Dennis. I agree, Sylvia. You got to have enough time to research, but sometimes they get monotonous. If certain items aren't moving yet, 20 minutes is spent. 20 minutes on an item? I could never.
No, me neither. No. But you know what I do, Paul, is I'll put out a preview video the day of the auction of the items that I'm auctioning off. And I try to give people a little look-see as to what, if I have comic books, I try to list the numbers and, the record type. I try. Video games, you can see what they are, what brand,
I like to do that too because that's how the professional auctioneer companies do it.
Right.
Like I go to 2 local auctions a week minimum, and by 3 o'clock that day or the day before, they'll have previews up,
Okay.
either a walkthrough video or the pictures.
Mhm.
So now, like I'll tell Sandy, I said, well, Orlando doesn't have anything, along with these are the cities.
Uh-huh.
I'm interested in 2 items there, 3 items there. So, but I'll know the day of or the day before that. Hey, I'm gonna be busy or I'm not.
Right.
But sometimes, like I haven't done a lot of preview videos like I should.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, I got what was that? Can somebody drop Mike's link? Mike, can
I
you drop?
got it. Yeah, I'll drop it. Yep.
Dennis, Mike, I got the big heavy box today.
Okay. Good.
Oh, hope you got my box today.
Was your box big and heavy?
It was so big it was in 2 boxes.
Oh, wow.
For Dennis, anyway. I agree on that. I have seen that well, but in time alert and auctions, since they seem to do all that the same nights and times.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know there was I've talked about this with a couple other resellers, is there was a time when we were all trying to like kind of not step on each other's toes.
Yep.
And do different nights or different times of nights and all this and that, West Coast, East Coast. But now there's so many, and it just seems like it's just.
But I can remember sitting on the couch with my wife. I usually have Facebook on the TV, and then I'll have the iPad and the phone, and she'll have her iPad. So we'll be watching 4 at once. So what is your typical day? What is your typical morning? Are you sourcing every day, or is like, no, I got enough for now?
No, and I'm one of those, I don't know, you know how it is. Like I try not to go, I don't go out every day. My typical day is I wake up and I have to pack up the items from the night before, ship and get them ready for shipment. I'll make a YouTube video and edit it, and then I'll hit the post office. And then the rest of the day is listing or maybe sourcing and then listing. But I'm trying to do like 10 to 15 listings a day. Last couple of days I've hit that. But I do have enough stuff where I don't really need to go sourcing. But you know how it is. Like there's a Thursday estate sale. It's the first day. I got to go. Even if I don't need anything, my brain won't let me not go. Because the whole day I'll be thinking about what I could have got and how much I could have got it for. Same thing with Friday morning yard sales. Here in Pennsylvania, we have some Friday morning yard sales, Saturday morning yard sales. Now that the weather's nice, and with the pandemic, like now that I've seen a complete shutdown of everything of our, sourcing avenues. There was no estate sales. There was no flea markets.
Yeah.
There were no yard sales. There was no garage sales for months. There was no thrift stores. So I don't source every day, and I tried to stick to the spots that I know, but I look at Facebook Marketplace. I'm just more aware now, and there are some days I don't source, so most of it is just packing, YouTube video, and then listing the rest of the day, cleaning, listing, getting things ready,
Cool. Keep dropping your link. You got Reseller Man just subbed.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you very much.
I don't know. I mean, is it me? I don't know. But 30 minutes in, and they're already talking about food, donuts. Somebody put donuts. Like every time I go on, it goes to food. One day it was grilled cheese sandwiches, and then, oh my God, can't get away from talking about food. She got the baby Yoda. Mary loves it. Excellent. I'm glad you love it.
Yeah, I love hearing when people are happy. Their purchases. That makes me feel good. Because I try not to sell junk. Early on, I heard a lot of comments, not about my chat, not about anyone really that I know, just comments that like, oh, these resellers are trying to dump their junk on YouTube auctions. And I never wanted to be like that, at least for me. And the ones I go to, it doesn't seem to be that way. But
and that's, I mean, I don't knock anybody at all.
No.
But when you get some sellers that say, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah,
kind of sets up, for me, it sets up a red flag like, oh, all right, you don't know anything about this? Is that good or bad? Or You don't know if it's broken, or I can see it's dirty here on this side of the screen.
Right. Yeah, I think it's okay if you don't know. If you don't know, I mean, I buy storage lockers, and a lot of times stuff comes out, and I'm just like, guys, I don't even know what this is. Like, tell me, help me out. You know what I mean, or whatever it looks.
But at least you're trying to research it, so educate yourself on it.
Right. Or I'll tell them, look, this part of the thing is a little scuffed, or this is broken. I try to be as open and honest as I can. And I always tell people, look, if you have a problem, just contact me. I'll take it back from you, or I'll give you a refund, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not here to scam you or do anything weird. I'm just trying to sell stuff on YouTube.
Right.
And
you do buy storage lockers, so you're always looking for storage lockers. Like I have never bought one yet.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm always looking. The problem now is that because that was shut down for so long too, and that's a big source of items for resellers here in Pennsylvania, is that when they came back open, the pricing of these storage lockers jumped up so high. Yeah, 18 people here. Let's start.
I think the last live storage auction I went to was probably 15 years ago.
They had live ones here in Pennsylvania, but they had just ended it like before the pandemic, not because of the pandemic, but they had just ended the last live one here in central Pennsylvania, like 2 months before the pandemic happened. And now they're all online here. So yeah, I look every day just to see, because there's a couple different sites, but actually I just bought one down in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago. So you can still find good deals out there.
Now, so is your wife into this?
I'm not married.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had a. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I have 3 kids. Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing this all by yourself?
All by myself. All by myself.
Wow. Okay. Because that's my other fear. Is like, all right, damn. If I buy a storage locker, and I don't have the best back in the world, I got to empty it all by myself.
Yep.
And then where the hell am I going to put all the stuff?
So,
although I look at Dolly, Dolly.
Yeah.
She just bought one last week. And the stuff that she got out of it was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
A brand new Monopoly board from the, I forget what the name of the place is, but it was being listed on eBay for $1,000.
Oh my gosh.
They're selling for between, I think, $800 or $700 and $1,000, and this was brand new.
Wow.
Coins like crazy. So she scored on that one.
Yeah, so I would just say start small, Paul. The first locker I ever bought was a 5x5 small. It's the smallest locker you can get. I know we always want to hit home runs and find gold bars and everything. Yeah, there you
go. Buying Space kept asking me. Somebody told me not to sell this one because it's Guns N' Roses, and I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even tell you what a Guns N' Roses song is.
I thought all that stuff back on your shelf behind you was NFS.
Nah, not lately.
No, really?
No, the Beatles stuff is staying with me. I just added a couple of pieces to it. The figures are probably going to start slowly. I'm going to just do 1 or 2 companies. Franklin Mint Monopoly game, right. Philly Pickers on it. Yep.
Anything behind me is for sale at any time. So feel free. So, ladies, Mike's available. Put your email in there. That's it. Look at my hair today. I look like a mess today, Paul.
No, you're fine. At least you have hair, man.
That's true. That's true.
So wow. So you got the whole gamut going now. You got the online sales. You got the online auctions. You're doing. Oh, Sharon says she's single, Mike.
There you go. All right, and she just subscribed. So
there you go. There's a connection right now. So, and then you're doing the storage lockers, and you're doing Facebook. So even if you got a storage locker with furniture, you would sell it on Facebook Marketplace, right?
Right. Actually, my buddy John, the estate sale guy that I do the sales with on Sunday nights, and I'll talk to him about coming on and doing an interview with you. is they are into furniture. So he usually will buy my furniture from me. And literally, I mean, I give it away to him basically because one, I know nothing about it. Two, it's usually never that great stuff that I find. And three, I have the room to store it, but I just don't want to. And my whole goal is to just turn it over. You know, I'm one of these sellers, like I'll hold on to some things for a little bit, but man, I need to churn it. And I'm not here to, you know, anything's for sale and I don't collect anything and let's go, you know? So
Nice. No, that's, you know, what
Yeah.
are you going to do? Keep it for prosperity?
Right. Yeah. So if you're never bought a storage locker, start small and try to find somebody that can either buy your furniture from you, somebody that you know, find another reseller in your area, or you know, use the Facebook Marketplace, like you said. It's a good.
Well, I have a friend of. Oh, I have befriended the local auctioneers around here,
Mhm.
and they do furniture. They have used furniture stores that go to their auction every Friday night to buy furniture.
Okay.
When the thrift store auction happened, they had like almost brand new Ethan Allen furniture, table and 8 chairs. I think went for $150.
Yeah.
$1,000 furniture was going dirt cheap. But here, I'm sure it's like everywhere. Used furniture has no value.
Right.
That's like, excuse me. People tell me when I list a house or something, it's we want to list it with the furniture so we can get more money, and it's no, you can't. It can't be on a contract. But then again, I says an appraiser is not going to give you any value for furniture because it has no value. But yeah, you can get. I used to tell people all the time, say, listen, you buy a condo here or a 2-bedroom house, I'll take you where you can furnish it, the whole place, for under $3,000.
Mhm.
And they're just floored when they see the prices that how much used furniture goes for.
Right. I know a guy that buys storage lockers that will drag the furniture just outside the locker, take a picture of it, and put it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it like that day. Or by the time he has to clean everything out, he just prices it low enough. People come right to his storage locker, pick it up, and take it out of there.
Nice. Well, Janet's being a little advanceful here. She wants to love to hear Mike sing "In the Shower."
Oh, wow. I don't think I know that song.
Gee, Janet, in the shower, no less. Not just sing, but in the shower.
Oh, I know. It's turning into the love connection.
Yeah, this is getting boom chickawawa. Yeah. So I hear people when they talk about storage lockers, lean or non-lean units. They say stay away from manager special.
Yeah,
Please look for the leaned units. Why is that?
I don't know. I don't tell you the truth. I don't know the difference between a lean or a non-lean unit. And
So you don't check.
I don't check.
Okay.
I will stay away from a private seller unit or a manager special unit.
Because that means they went through everything?
I don't know. It's either that or they just put things in there themselves. Like, you know, sometimes in some of these places, I guess they can go through and clean out the lockers themselves or whatever, and then they'll not stage a unit. But imagine if you had taken most of the stuff in that room you're sitting in at and put it on tables and put it into a storage locker. You can do that as a manager. Right. You can do that as anybody. I just don't know. I like the unknown of, hey, this was here for X amount of time. They stopped paying on it. We tried to get their payment. They wouldn't pay. So now it's up for auction and you want it. And whatever you find in there, you find in there. And sometimes you hit home runs. But yeah, I'll ask when I go to see if they know the history. Like sometimes they'll say, yeah, this lady had this locker for 15 years and then just stopped paying on it.
Wow.
So
what's out of your sourcing, the flea markets, the yard sales, the storage lockers, what's your number one best score that you loved? Did you keep it or did you sell it?
Well, I don't know. I think probably the best score I ever had was a storage locker sale I bought. One of my first early ones, you know, I started, like I said, with small storage lockers. I mean, the first storage locker I ever bought was a 5x5 unit. It was a mess, but it was the smallest one. I saw a pair of Nike shoes in there, and I saw a Ninja blender thing, the chopper blender thing.
Yep.
I just saw the box. I wasn't even sure if it was in there. I bought it for $10, the whole unit.
Wow.
And the Nike shoes were there, and the Ninja blender thing was in there. So that was good. But I found a jacket, and in the jacket, like in the lining of the jacket, there had been a hole in the pocket, and money had fallen down in there. And there was $7.48 in money, in cash, in that jacket. I almost made the whole unit cost back in the one jacket. I thought, this is so easy. Like, who wouldn't buy these storage lockers? Look how easy this is.
But when you bought the locker, did you have, because I hear people talking about it, that, well, it cost me like $200 in dump fees.
Yeah, I've never paid, actually, that's not true. The last locker I just bought, I had to pay $20 in dump fees. Because they had this sectional couch in there that was a mess. I mean, I don't even know why. It always amazes me, the things that people will store in a storage locker, like pay money to actually keep. Like, this couch sectional was, I mean, you would never sit on it. You wouldn't give it to somebody to sit on for free, like just to have. Even if they were like desperate for a couch and they never had one. It was so bad. So it cost me like $20 to dump that. Yeah, I guess the dump fees depend on your town or wherever you live or whatever. I try to buy a cleaner locker, as clean a locker as I can. Sometimes you can't see everything, so you don't really know what's going on.
Right. But you can see if there's mattresses. Typically, those you see all the time.
But I'll take it back to my house and break it down and just put it in my own garbage. I did pay one time to take this desk that was just a mess, from my own company. You can call your own trash people, and then they'll tell you it's $20 to take it away or whatever. You know what I mean? Sometimes, whatever, big trash day or whatever. But the best thing anyway, to answer your question, the best thing I ever found was I bought this storage locker. I paid $150 for the whole locker. And the guy or girl must have had a lacrosse store, some kind of sporting goods store, all this new lacrosse equipment. But in the corner was this commercial dehumidifier, like a big stand-up, like a stand-up one. I mean, this thing was like 4 or 5 feet tall, like the real deal, humidifier, right?
Yeah.
A commercial one. And I knew nothing about it. I didn't know what it was. I was so mad because it was so big and bulky for me to take home. I was so mad. I looked it up. I sold that thing for $1,000 on eBay. A guy drove up from Virginia Beach, which is like 5.5 hours from where I live, and back in the same day just to pick it up.
Wow.
I sold it locally a local pickup on eBay. So that was my best single flip I ever had. And to this day, I don't know how people saw that in a photo, because it was an online auction and never bid higher on that unit. But
wow, that's nice. That's really cool.
Yeah. And I had all this lacrosse stuff to sell. It was great. So
do you favor, I know there's probably 4 sites that advertise storage lockers. Do you favor one more than another?
I don't really. I don't. I kind of favor the ones that are less known, just because there's not, 8,000 people on the site and, 2,000 of them in your town trying to bid on the same locker that you are.
There's a couple that charge you a membership fee too, right?
Yeah, they always charge you a buyer's premium or whatever they call it. Yeah, I don't like those. I found the one in Gettysburg I just bought off a smaller auction site. The lady didn't charge me a clean out. Usually there's a deposit of $100 to clean it out. She's like, just don't worry about it. Just let me know when you're done. It was real easy. She's like, normally you have 3 days, but as long as you're out by the end of the month, I'm good with it. You know what I mean? It was more like and I was out by the weekend anyway. I bought it on a Thursday, and I was done by Sunday. So, I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but that kind of stuff is nicer.
Are you always looking at, whatever, what am I trying to say? The climate control units instead of the exterior units?
No, I found this one. I mean, I like a climate controlled unit, but I don't go searching for them. One of the best lockers I ever bought was, I saw these bags and totes, and on top of everything was like 2 bowling bags, bowling ball bags, with you could tell there was bowling balls in there.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, maybe a couple bowling balls, no big deal. I'll get rid of them, right? And I went, and it was an outside unit, and I went and bought it, and oh my gosh, there must have been, Paul, I'm not exaggerating, 75 bowling balls in there, like underneath. Like I was selling bowling balls forever, and I made good. You can make good money on bowling balls, especially if you get like 75 of them for $60 in a
for sure.
But they had baseball cards in there. They had Matchbox cars in there. I mean, there was all types of collectibles in there. It was crazy. And
aren't you worried about an infestation, pest infestation or anything?
Not really. I don't know. I keep everything in the garage and nothing. I don't know. Nothing really. I've never had that problem, so I don't know. I have these special. You can buy trash bags that are like rodent infestation or anything like that. But
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's reseller man telling us what a lien auction is. Yeah, it's somebody that doesn't pay their rent. So what's a non-lien?
I think a lien unit, because I've been listening to certain people about it all the time, a lien unit has to be advertised for 2 or 3 weeks in the paper that, hey, it's going to be sold, and they can't touch it. A non-lien unit, actually, the company can go in, I guess. I don't know. It's all... There's people out there that say, well, I'll never buy anything that's not a liened unit. I'm only going to buy lien units.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if somebody hasn't paid. A non-unit, a non-lien is manager special, yeah. Well, then if that's what a non-lien unit is, then a manager special auction or a private seller, I tend not to buy those.
Yeah,
because it seems like they're out to try to get a high price for their auction full of good stuff, right? Which I don't blame them in that sense. But for me, I'd rather buy a lower priced unit where no one knows what's in there, and find out that there's 70 bowling balls and baseball cards. I don't know. I don't know. I just would rather do it that way, because it seems like the other way, you put all those action figures on a table and put a storage locker auction together. It's going to be so high priced that it's not going to be worth it,
Right. Exactly.
Especially for me, I'm doing it myself and trying to, I have to go down there, clean it all out, bring it home, clean it all up, take pictures of it, list it, put it on, 5 different sites, and then sell it and ship it and pack it, It's a lot of work.
Are you using any cross-listing?
I use Vendu.
Okay, yep.
So I list everything on eBay, and then I use Vendu to cross-post to a couple different sites. I pay for that. It's like $25 a month.
And when you use that, if something sells on, say, Bonanza, does it automatically take it off the rest of the sites?
No. Bonanza, if it sells on Bonanza, eBay will take it off.
Okay.
Because they know that it's tied together. Like the listing will end. But otherwise, the other sites, you have to do it manually.
Okay. So then you're doing all this 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the future for January House? What's coming up? What should we be looking for?
I don't know. I'd like to get a helper.
A Mrs. January House?
No.
Miss January House?
I'd like to get a helper, somebody to do some more of the, if not, I don't know, packing or shipping. Right now, I have a mess with inventory. I'll tell you, if you're just starting out and you don't have a good inventory system, start getting a good inventory system. Because I'm going to do a couple videos on my channel where I'm in the middle of changing from an old inventory system to a new inventory system. It's just a headache, and it just slows everything down when you don't know where things are or can't get to them easily. So I'd like to get this inventory thing done first so that I know where everything is in its spot. I'd like to do more flea markets and yard sales and stuff like that, just to help. I like that aspect of it where it's just totally cash, totally no fees, to these sites and stuff like that. I've been kind of looking at the my own website store idea, but I don't know. There's value in having an eBay or a Mercari where it brings the eyeballs to you.
Right. Buying space, you'd have to listen to the first 10 minutes of the show. We did direct to that question. Do you guys prefer holding your own auctions versus listing on different platforms? I do because I've been buying some wholesale lots, and I can split them up to smaller lots that some of my buyers can handle instead of $1,000. I know that. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I think you're right there. It's just that I don't know. I think they're both useful for different things. I think there's some items that I prefer to sell on Mercari or eBay, and then there's things that I prefer to sell auction wise. Right? I'd rather just sell. I don't know, reseller lots or collectibles a lot of times on my auctions. Sometimes on eBay it just doesn't go that way. I don't know.
Right.
But like video games, I mean, there's so many copies of every game out there on eBay.
Right.
It's
That's
just a
why
little.
I'm liking. Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
That's why I'm liking Amazon better these days, because the last time we went home, we stayed for a month, and I had to stop my eBay store. Whereas Amazon, it's there. So I'm still making money every day, every week.
Yeah.
That's what I love about that. And I guess that's what I like. It's almost kind of like the instant gratification. I'm buying something, I'm selling it, and bam, I can get it out tomorrow.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
eBay, you're waiting for it to sell.
Right. Right. Yeah. So the auction does that too, right? You're like, all right, I want to sell whatever it is. I'm going to grab it off the shelf. Like these, I could sell these things tomorrow night in my auction. I know I can't just to get rid of them. So
Yep.
yeah, I definitely like that just to move stuff. But I don't know.
Right. So you're doing auctions with 9 Pound Hammer also?
No, Delvin kind of stopped his auctions there. He I don't know. There's a couple things. There was a couple things going on. He took a tumble. Like he was going down the stairs at his house and he fell and he hurt his back. And I know it was tough for him to like sit for long periods of time, because you want to talk about long auctions. Delvin had some long auctions.
Yeah.
So he and I know one of his videos, so it's not like any secret or whatever. He talked about not making the money that he needed to make by having his auctions, because he has a store too. Right before the pandemic opened or happened, he had just opened a store.
Oh wow!
And he has a helper, so he's got a physical brick and mortar store, a helper, and him to support. All those mouths to feed, if you will.
Right.
Yeah, my grandma gave me that same Mrs. Claus you had behind me. All right, let's sell it. How much are you selling yours for?
Yeah. I think that's the second time that he fell.
Oh, was it?
I remember the first time, and he blames it on his dogs. He tripped over.
Oh yeah, he tripped over the dog. Yeah. In the middle of the night, because he went down to let him out in the middle of the night, and he couldn't see, and the one was in front of him, and he tripped and fell. Yeah, so he hasn't. I know he's done one here and there, but he hasn't done them like he used to. But I did start on like his channel and Mike with Global Voodoo. Just because I was starting a YouTube channel. I mean, I'm still starting it, right? I only have like 320 subscribers or whatever it is. So I didn't feel like I could jump right in to auctions myself. So I kind of started on their channel as a guest. And now I have guests on my channel. How about that sometimes? So.
Right. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. So everybody, don't forget, subscribe to January House.
I'll put a link. I'll drop the link again.
Check out his auctions. You said they're Tuesday and Sunday?
Yeah, so Tuesday night is 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And that's usually just me by myself. My oldest daughter will help out as the unnamed helper, I call her. And then Sunday nights I do 7:00 p.m. Eastern time with John. So we kind of split it. We just take turns auctioning different items off, but that's definitely a lot of fun. We have a real good time doing that, and
cool.
Free shipping on both of those auctions, and we try to have a wide variety of different items. And
plus, you always do a video preview.
I do. We always do a preview video so people can see. I just actually sold my first item through Instagram, if you will. I posted this picture of a thing I got. I try to post one picture a day on Instagram. Most of the time it's like, come watch my new video, right? But sometimes it's different things. And I had bought these lots of Scentsy candles. I don't know if you're familiar, but they're like the test.
Yeah, my wife used to be a rep.
Oh, okay. So I bought a bunch. Like there was
Samples.
there was 150 of these in a tote.
Yeah, I
And
got
the
1,000. How many more do you want?
Oh, the lady sold me the whole tote for $5, right?
Wow.
So I took a picture of it and I said, no idea, but I know these are popular, whatever. You know, I've heard the name. I'm going to break them up into lots of 30 and sell them, see how it goes. Somebody messaged me. They said, I'll take a lot of 30. How much are you selling them for? I said, $15 shipped to you. They said, what's your PayPal address? I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So I made my first
ton. And those are the small ones. She's got big samples too. Look like little compacts.
Send me a note. I'll buy them.
Man, Scentsy though, Scentsy is one of those, multi-level marketing things.
Mm-hmm.
If they give you 3% off, they think they're doing you a favor and you're making a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
You have to buy the stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. I told my wife, I says, and then you got to talk to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Hey, you want to buy Scentsy? You want to buy Scentsy? You want to buy Scentsy?
Right.
I mean, I like the stuff. It's all over my house here, and I turn it on every once in a while. I like it, but it's expensive, and if they gave the people 40% off, 35% off, like regular retail wholesale, it might be better. They might have more people selling for it.
Well, I've sold 3 of my lots so far. I got 2 left from that. I just bought that tote Friday.
Nice. I tried selling mine. I tried selling 2, a lotion and a soap last night for below cost, and it still didn't go.
Yeah. So remind us when your auction. I know you do the swap meet Wednesday. I like that.
I'm on Monday through Friday, 4:00.
Okay.
Typically, it's the Dolly Polly show. We do an auction on Friday at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, I don't sell, but I let everybody else come in and sell swap meet. I just call it swap meet, flea market. I don't care. Call it whatever you'd like to call it. Mm-hmm. I allow people to come in and sell 1, 2, 3 items, fast pace. Get them in, get them out. Let me go to the next person. Last week it was so popular, it's almost I could have stayed on for 2 hours doing it. We had this new guy from Oregon that he had a shop. He said, no, I just saw it. I said that was a great idea. And the stuff he had on the back wall was cool. He had this shield or something. It was really nice. And he was selling some good stuff. But then I try to have guests on. Like in a couple of weeks, I have Inventory Lab.
Oh, okay. I'll be interested in looking at that.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Inventory Lab, I wouldn't be on Amazon anymore. I've had my Amazon account since 2008, I think. And just in the last 3 years, I've started to sell more and more on there. Mm-hmm. But Inventory Lab is good. And, man, if you make a inventory system yourself, I don't know what your corporate thing was, if you're good with Excel or whatever, you package that up and offer it for sale to the resellers, you'd probably do very well with that.
Yeah, it's not going to be anything fancy schmancy. It's just, you'll see the videos. When I first started, I only had 50 items. It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now I have over, I have thousands of items. You know what I mean? I have multiple stores on eBay. I have things that just go locally, you know what I mean? And I have auction items, and it just gets to be, there was one day when it took me like 15 minutes to find something. And I was like, I can't do this, because I need the time. Now my time is my precious commodity. You know what I mean? So
why do you feel the need for multiple stores on eBay?
Well, I guess I don't feel the need for it, but I had started with a personal account, and then when I decided to do more reselling, even before I went full time, I looked into getting a store just to keep things separate from my personal account. Okay. I mean, as a reseller, it's a good idea to have a personal account if you want to make offers on items that are best offer, because if somebody sees the January house makes a bid at, you know what I mean? Like if you're trying to sell an item for $20 and I make you an offer for 10 and they look at my store and they're like, this guy's going to turn around and resell it for $30.
Yeah.
So just to let you know what I mean? I'm not,
Right.
I don't buy a lot of inventory from eBay to resell, but once in a while, you know?
Right.
Or I buy like accessories like for video game systems or something like that. And I need a power cord or whatever, cables or whatever. So I don't know. That's a good way. Sometimes I don't know if there's an item, let's say, I mean, eBay has some questionable, I'll call it questionable. I don't know, not questionable, but I bought this Cuisinart blender last weekend at a yard sale. Okay. And I always, the bigger food, it was a food processor. So I always break them out. I part them out. Right. But one of the blades had a recall on it from whatever, and they pulled it down off the store, right? So you have to be careful, though, because if that happened in the past, and now this is the second time, without me knowing, I could get suspended for 3 days. You know what I mean? Well, I can't be suspended for 3 days from eBay totally. You know what I mean? I'm going to need a platform. I would just move things to the other store and sell, or you know what I mean, or list on the other store for 3 days. You know what I mean?
You got a good point there.
There's a couple reasons for that, you know what I mean? Or I don't know, sometimes you can't have two listings of the same item in your store. You have to change the name or whatever. Well, sometimes I have multiple items and I'll sell it in my other store for a different price just to test out price points or just to move items. So there's I don't need to do any of those things, but
are you listing things? Are you listing items every day?
Every day, yep.
And do you feel that that's helping you get sales? Because there's some people that their train of thought is, if you don't list every day, you won't get any more sales, or your sales will be down.
I mean, I think they'll be down. I think I'm not a conspiracy theorist about this eBay algorithm thing, where they do things and this and that. But I do believe that there is some kind of activity tracker, if you will, behind the scenes with eBay. I don't know the terminology for it. Maybe it is, algorithm or whatever that knows stores that are more active than other stores or accounts. I guess it looks at, this account is more active than this account, because there does seem to be a correlation of more listings, more sales. But that's just anything, right? Like if you and I are having a yard sale and I have one table and you have 5 tables, I mean, chances are you're going to sell more than me, right? I mean,
right.
Chances are,
How many listings do you have on eBay? Sorry for interrupting. Yeah,
my main store, I think it's 600 and something, and I have like 200 and something on the other store, and then I have Macari with another, a lot of the same items, but sometimes they're not, you know what I mean? And some of those are just single listings, and some of them are multiple quantity items, so it's actually more than those numbers, But I have about 1,000 items, I would say, totally. So I'm not super huge. I have a lot of turnover. Like I roll through turns pretty quickly.
That's good. Are you doing Grailed?
No. I did buy a lot. So that's like mostly sneakers, right? Like the.
No, it's clothing.
Basically. Oh, it's the clothing.
Men's clothing.
Oh, I hate. One thing I hate is men's clothing. You know what I would like to
I hate all clothing.
I hate clothing. But I get a lot of it in storage lockers, right? And a lot of it I can't sell because it's whatever. It's not that it's it's either it might have a hole in it or a stain or whatever. Excuse me, and I'll just donate it back to Goodwill or Community Aid or whatever. But I would like there to be I don't do clothing, but someone that does clothing, I'll give you this bag. I'll fill a trash bag for you and trade you for something that you hate that I like to sell. You know what I mean? And the value, we'll do the value, whatever. You can even win on the value side for all I care. You know what I mean? I'll take less value just to not have to go through the clothing. I have a lot of clothing that just sits, and everyone starts selling, I think, or a lot of the resellers start with clothing. It's easy to acquire. You have a lot of people sell. Yeah.
Do you do books?
I do books, but I do well with books. Because I've learned what to get, I think, now. I go to estate sales and I learn what to pick out, what sells pretty well. I mean, I have books that haven't sold yet, obviously, but yeah, I sell books too.
So you're looking for more than just the college books?
Oh yeah, I really don't do any of those type of books. I do specialized hunting or fishing or
Oh, wow.
War books sell pretty well. I try to do lots. I get a lot of books in storage lockers as well. So I'll bundle a couple together and just media mail them out. I have like 10 cent. When you buy storage lockers at a good price, your average cost of item goes way down. My book cost is like 10 cents because I get 50 books plus everything else in the locker, and I spent $100. You know what I mean? And it's 500 items.
Nice. Yeah, I did. When I got back in, because I've been selling on eBay since before it was eBay, and when I got back into it just a few years back, I started with books and sending books into Amazon, and yeah, I just went for the college books and stuff. You get them for $1 or $2, and you sell them for 40, $50
Right.
when they sell, if they sell.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a couple of specialty ones, and then the clothing. I hate the measuring, and oh my god, the neck and the length from the front, from the back, the waist. Oh my god, just hate it. That's why I hate clothing.
Yeah, I try to just get the better stuff and sell, Nike, Under Armour, the top names and stuff. But I have
everybody asks too, how do I want to start reselling and I want to start making this a full-time gig? What do you suggest? And I always tell people, sell what you like first. What would you say?
Yeah, sell what you like is good. I would say if you've never done it before, I'd say grab a few things in your house that you haven't touched or used in a long amount of time. I know people have so much stuff in their house that's probably new or like new. They've never used it. They've got it as a gift. And start there. Just start with that stuff because you need to learn, what the value of things are. I think, people think their own items are worth a lot of money because they're their items. And then they go on eBay and they're like, oh, this thing's only worth $10, whatever. So you need to kind of learn the value, of your item versus the other sellers. And I think the biggest thing is the logistics, shipping. You have to almost become an expert in how am I going to get rid of this thing? Like, what kind of box is it going to go in? Is it going to go in a bag? How do I pad it, or bubble wrap it or cardboard or whatever? Like, that's a big part of it. And a lot of resellers don't talk about that kind of stuff.
No.
Inventory systems, like, where am I going to store this stuff? Like, when you start with the stuff in your house, you don't have to worry about it too much, right?
Right.
If you like collecting dolls, that's fine. You like selling dolls if you like dolls. What if you have the opportunity to buy 1,000 of dolls or whatever it is? Where are you going to put all these thousands of dolls where you're waiting, or hundreds of dolls while you're waiting to sell them? Do you have a plan for that? An extra bedroom, a basement? You have to buy a locker. Like, logistics is a big part of it.
Right.
Shipping, the time it takes. I think people don't realize, like, the amount of time between sourcing an item, researching it. If you don't know what it is or what it sells for, you need to research. You probably need to clean it up a little bit. You need to take a bunch of pictures, good pictures, write a good description, put it on one platform or multiple platforms. In the beginning, you're not going to have a listing tool to help you cross post it. You're going to have to do it manually, and that takes a lot of time. And then you're going to have to go find it when it sells, pack it correctly, figure out how to ship it, how you're going to ship it, and then take it to the post office or have it, pick up at your house. There's a lot of steps to it. So I think, start with a few things in your house that you haven't used and just see how that kind of goes. And if you're into that, if that all goes well, you're going to make mistakes. That's the other thing is, like, I think there's a lot of negativity about, I'm going to mess this up, or I don't want to deal with negative people on eBay or returns or whatever. It's going to happen. Just if you're going to resell, just get it. It's just going to happen. And
cost of doing business,
basically. You just deal with it the way you deal with anything. Just like, look, okay, just send it back. eBay, all you have to know is eBay is going to take a return no matter what. Yep. And if they don't, PayPal will. And just, you have to have that mindset. It's not worth fighting it over. Refund it, have them ship it back, and sell it again. But it's hard for people that haven't sold to, I don't want to deal with people. You really don't have to deal with them. Just say, hey, I'm sorry you're not satisfied.
Right.
Send it back.
Pack the item the way you would expect to get it.
Right.
especially if it's a collectible. Like I tell everybody, you know, the corner can't be dented, and the bubble wrap has, you know. But where do you get supplies? If you have a store, you get a coupon. Go to eBay, go to Amazon. I bought my last bubble wrap rolls,
Yep.
and they were 4 foot tall rolls
Yep.
by 3 foot. And
Yeah.
I got a fantastic deal on Amazon, and there was two of them. I mean, an 18-wheeler pulled up, and I said, "What the hell? I didn't order anything like that." And he took them off a pallet. That's how big they were, but a fantastic price.
Yeah. If you're a reseller, I always say the biggest thing: tell people that you're a reseller. Tell people that you sell things online. They will give you boxes. Everyone buys stuff from Amazon or Target.com.
Yep.
You know, now especially with the pandemic, a lot of people that never online shop in their life are online shopping every day for everything. They'll give you boxes. They'll give you bubble wrap. And it's like you said, you get a coupon if you have an eBay store. There's good deals out there.
Plus Walmart, if you go late at night or early in the morning when they just open, people are still stocking the shelves. Just say, "Hey, can I have some of these boxes?" And they'll say, "Sure," because I don't have to take them to the back.
Yeah, my local grocery store has a box in the middle, like back in the kind of near the freezer or frozen food section, that they just stick. They break all their cartons down. They stick the boxes in this big box, and anyone can just go by and take what they want. You know, it's like for recycle. I don't usually do it because I have enough. I get enough boxes just normally or whatever. But yeah, drive around your neighborhood on trash night in the recycle bins. Not even in the bins. You don't even have to go like trash diving. Like people just stack it next to their recycle can, and I just pull up in my truck and just pick them up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, if you're going to be a reseller, you can't be worried about stuff like that.
Frugal City. I don't have a lot of stuff in my house. If I can find treasures, I know anyone can. I found a solid copper Zippo and Oakley sunglasses tucked in a drawer, solid glass, $200, and Zippo $100.
Here you go.
Nice. Hey, Adam Exploits, how are you?
Right. So they were saying they if they can find stuff like that in their house, anybody can.
Right.
You have stuff in your house, trust me, you know, or you're not using it.
I mean,
didn't use or something.
Not just because I'm in real estate, but when you've been in a house 3 to 5 years, you can't imagine how much stuff you accumulate that you're not using in that little length of time. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just look, my wife used to say when we first moved here from Massachusetts, we had a box or 2 or 3 in the garage. And she said, it's been 2 years. If you're not going to open those boxes and use anything that's in them, throw them away.
Right. Get rid of them. Right.
And I opened the boxes and it's like, oh, I was looking for this.
I mean, and the other good thing is you'd be surprised what sells on eBay. If you've never sold on eBay and you have a box of random things, I mean, I sold remotes. I just sold a remote for $30. I got kind of scammed at a yard sale. Lady sold me a DVD VCR combo. And I said, does it work? Oh, yeah, it works great. Everything's great. I get it home. The door wouldn't even open for the DVD to put a DVD in. So obviously it doesn't work.
Right.
The remote I saw was selling for $25 to $30 on eBay. I put it up for $29.99 and sold it within a day. I mean, people would be surprised, old remotes, or I sold a doll head, like a literal, like an old
porcelain.
No, like vintage GI Joe plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, just the head,
replacement parts. Yep.
Look it up, for parts, replacement. I part out all types of things. The Cuisinart thing. People need, if you're not using that blender anymore, someone needs the lid. I guarantee you, because got melted in the dishwasher, or
right.
I'm telling you, it happens. Like I've heard stories all the time, and you'll sell it, and then those are the kinds of things that you can see if you like it. If you like looking up stuff and seeing how much it goes for, and listing it, and packing it, and shipping it, making the money, PayPal. I mean, then reselling's for you. If you start doing that and you're like, man, this is just terrible. I'm not going to do this forever. Well, then there you go.
Right. One thing I noticed, and I think it works for everybody. When I first got started, when eBay became eBay, I was selling before an auction watch. I had a store, that was collectibles, and we started selling on there. Then I sold the store and I sold my eBay account with it. But my wife was never into it. She had her own business, and then she went to work for the government or whatever.
Mhm.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever I started, I mean, even when I was doing real estate, I sold listed houses, my listings on eBay. They were never a firm sale. It was just a way to get a lot of eyes on the product.
Good idea.
But when I knew it was time for me to hang up the boots or whatever and do this, resale thing as a full-time gig, I wanted my wife to get into it, and she struggled all the way. But as soon as she found it, like, right, we found this for $1. And I tell her, Sam, that thing sold for $20.
Right.
You're kidding me. What?
Yeah.
Then it became the thrill of the hunt, and then
Right.
she's using the phone and researching, so she is into it. And I tell people, I said, you want your husband that's bitching that you're spending money or whatever, tell him how much you bought it for and how much it sold for, and watch them change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like Frugal says, never cease to amaze what people will pay for some things.
Right. Yeah. People pay good money for even little parts that you don't think are worth anything. They're hard to find, or maybe you just can't. They're not readily available. I mean,
right. Exactly.
They're older or whatever. They're not making them anymore. I mean, there's a lot of discontinued products that sell for big money on eBay.
Right. Exactly.
Like
Harry.
bed or whatever, health and beauty items. Even I'm sure people have stuff in their house that they'd be surprised how much that health and beauty stuff goes for.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. And like you said, you had the little doll head and stuff.
Yeah.
I myself search some websites because I collect action figures. There's people out there sculpting realistic looking, movie accurate, heads and stuff.
Right.
$30 for a head, because
right.
So, and there's always people like, and the one thing I can think of right away is the 1960s GI Joes.
Right.
Because they may have one that they bought the Joe and it's all scuffed and it's, the kid chewed on it or the dog got it, and now somebody's selling a nice, beautiful, almost mint condition one.
Right.
You put that head on that old chewed head GI Joe, and all of a sudden the value doubled on it because now it's really nice.
Yeah, a lot of resellers are doing that. They need a part for whatever, and they just need that one little piece, or the power cord, or the remote. You know what I mean? Like that VCR goes for $100. That DVD combo, and they might just need the remote to make it. So, they'll make 70. They buy the remote for me from 30. Maybe they try to sell it for 130 and still make the 100.
Yep, exactly. I think people do it a lot too. I've seen printers, old printers.
Oh yeah, printers. Yeah.
They'll take them apart. They'll sell the bed and all the other stuff with it.
Yep.
People love their products. Will be looking on eBay for them eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you liked Amazon. You're liking Amazon and all that, but I heard some stories that during the shutdown, Amazon was prioritizing shipments from Apple.
Couldn't do any FBAs.
Right, because a lot of Amazon buyers turn to eBay for products, for everyday things, whatever. And then, this guy sells this thing also. I like baseball cards or whatever it is, video games or, that kind of stuff too. So.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. But I do find that Amazon gets a little bit more money than eBay does sometimes.
Yeah.
And the fees are a little bit more, but I look at it as, like you said, you need a helper or whatever. I look at it as all I did was list it, box it, and ship it to them.
Right.
Now they're taking the order, they're processing the money, they're packing it, they're shipping it, they're delivering it to the client, and then 2 days later I get my money.
Right.
So I look at it as, well, I would have had to hire somebody to do that anyway if I didn't want to do it.
Right. And they handle customer service too, don't they?
Oh my God. Their customer service?
No, but if somebody has an issue with the item that they bought that was one of your items.
Yeah, I have, and in all the time I've been selling on there, I got 2 issues with them. But then I finally got somebody to call me from Amazon, and I said, "Listen, I sent you a brand new mint in package item, and I got this piece of crap back." So they gave me the full price back. They gave me the full thing back. So somebody definitely tried to scam them.
Yeah.
It's always nostalgia, Frugal City.
Yep.
People want what they had when they were younger or when they were kids, and now they see it. Emotional attachment.
Yeah. What did Janet just say about my thing here? Her grandmother had them or whatever, right?
Grandparents.
You remember that as a kid going to grandma's house? You're like, oh yeah, I'll buy those. Or I had those video games growing up, and I want to play them again, or whatever, the baseball cards or whatever it was.
I'm going nuts now, looking for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I just bought a huge.
Oh, you suck,
dude! I bought it. You gotta tell people. You gotta tell people that you're a seller, and.
Right. Well, Mike, I am looking for them to collect for myself. I am not going to sell.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Dolly shows me the stuff she bought at her storage lot. Says, Dolly, I've been collecting for a while now. We got to make a deal.
Yeah. Wait, so you're looking for Ninja Turtle stuff for your collection or to resell?
I want to start a collect. Believe it or not, my son just turned 38 now. Last week. Mm-hmm. When he was growing up, I bought him every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing, even though it came out at the same time. Mm-hmm. Star Wars, everything. I spoiled him rotten, of course. I'm going to do that. Right. But then when I had a store in the mid 80s, then I was buying the pieces, selling them. People were coming in with collections like, how much will you give me for the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT and everything? So, I remember I bought that for my son 10 years ago. Now it's 30 years, 40 years later almost. But I don't know. NECA, you must know NECA. They're doing a fantastic job with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures.
Right. Yeah.
They're extremely hard to get from Target and Walmart. They're exclusive to them. Right. So I have a bid out on a big collection now that I don't know if I'm going to get. I'll know in 3 more hours, I guess, through high bid. But it's just like things like that. I've always liked it, and it's like that. That's the emotional attachment,
Right. Yep.
And then people say, well, which ones? The hard head, the soft head? It's like, I don't care which ones.
Right.
But Philly Picker, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Philly Picker's got a great channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to Joe, a lot of good content.
Everybody should subscribe to everybody on here. So I don't want to hold you much. I know we're like a half hour over, but you have an auction tomorrow. Can you give us a little sneak peek or give us a little what's coming up for the auction if you know what you're going to have?
I'm not 100% sure. I'll have some video games like I always do. I might have some old cassettes, some vintage cassette tapes. I don't know if that's...
No Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
I don't know. So last night I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle color forms. Remember color forms? Like those sticky things?
Yep.
I sold them for $10. I mean, they were vintage 1990 Ninja Turtle color forms. I might dig through there. I have a few plush. I don't know. People like plush. Yeah, there'll probably be some Ninja Turtle things.
People always like plush. I never understood it, the fascination. I buy my wife one. Within 6 months, we're throwing it away.
Right. You can get some good money for some plush.
Yeah. Well, we must have hundreds of Beanie Babies in one of those or 3 of those vacuum sealed bags under our bed.
Yeah.
Been there for 20 years.
Yeah. We just sold, it wasn't me, but John last night, he had these. It was funny. It was a Beanie Baby, but like it was an elephant and it symbolized the Republican Party. So it was called Righty. And there was a donkey that was the Democrat Party. So it was lefty. And then there was a bear. It was like bear. I don't know, something else. There was a middle one that was a barely or whatever. And that sold for, what the heck did that sell for? I'm trying to look for it now. But it was all right. I mean, they sold for, I can't find find it here on my.
There are some now that are starting to get some decent dollars again.
Yeah, they sold for $8. Whatever, I mean,
Better than like the 50 cents of something that they.
Liberty, yeah, Liberty, right? Yes. No, it was Liberty. Maybe it was Libertarian or whatever, but it was a bear, so I don't know. But yeah, it sold for $8, a lot of it. So yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I mean, not like it used to be when you can get $1,000 for the dinosaur or whatever like that. But
right.
I think the value is starting to come back on some of that. That's why I tell people, I say, Pops, you people into Pops, today's Pops is tomorrow's Beanie Babies.
That's right. Yeah, are you but you seem like you're a guy that holds on to things for value for later on in life.
It's tough, man.
Give me the dollar now.
I did a lot of Godzilla stuff and from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I still have accounts open with a lot of actually 3 of my toy distributors. So I started getting the Godzilla collection. It's called SM Monster Arts. And they're like $60 a piece, $70 a piece.
Okay.
They're coming out with a Biolante next year for $150.
Okay.
I bought the first Biolante that came out, and I didn't open the box. So you buy them, they sell out, and I ended up selling Biolante after, I don't know, a year later for $600.
And you bought it for $60?
No, that one was $150.
Oh, $150. And what could you have sold it for if you sold it like the month after it sold out?
$200, $2.25.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so
Yeah.
It did increase. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but they're all like, man, now this thing tripled in value. Good thing I didn't open it.
Right.
But I don't need the money right now, so I'm just going to keep it. And then it went up and up and up, and so it's like, all right, I'm selling them all.
Well, yeah, if that happens, but I don't know. I just feel like some of that stuff. I'm just like, look, let's just sell it now and get some money now.
Oh, I know, but I got friends back home that yell at me. You opened up all your toys. What the hell? You crazy? It's like, all right. But I pose them. I do things with them, like. I got like the thing squeezing the life out of Carnage,
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I want to make some dioramas because that's what I'm into, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got a whole thing of Ninja Turtles here. And I mean, like, what am I? Look, hold on.
All right. We might have an auction here, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by. Mike's got the first item. Oh, he's got the case.
Look, they're all vintage, 89 or 90. You know what I mean? They're. Let's sell them. I just got to get them up there listed. Like I don't know.
Betty B-Bar, yeah. Oh. All right, I'll open the bid up with $20. Gecko, yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's Leatherneck.
Leatherneck, yeah.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
What I mean?
That one just came out again at Target, and it's $50.
Which one? This guy?
Yes, I just forgot his name as I just said that. It's $49. But they just reissued it, and NECA did a great job with it.
Yeah, I got and that's just the first. That's just the first. We got the other. We got the other layer.
All right, so put a price on it. You got Frugal City in at 15. 20.
Which one? This one? You want this one for 15?
No. So how would you sell them as a lot?
Probably not. I don't know. Depends on how much somebody wants to give me. Probably not, though.
All right.
I don't know.
This is almost the same exact thing that happened with me and Dolly the other night. I kept going up and up, and then Carol said, I'll match that price. And I said, damn you, Carol.
This guy, he's good.
Yeah. Wow. They look
he's got wings, I think, come with him.
Yeah. They look like they're in good condition too.
Yeah, they're not bad. That I just sold the Baxter Stockman Fly guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And he had a little wear on his butt, but like, who's this guy? I think he's popular.
Yeah, I forget his name.
but I think I got his guns and stuff. I have a bunch of accessories too. I mean, but this is like I'm not going to hold on to it. I know that NECA thing is coming, and they're probably going to go up in value a little bit, but
Yeah, the NECA stuff did already. So a $50 bid won't get it from you then.
all of it?
The whole lot.
No. No. I got like 18 figures there, I think. I don't know how many I got.
All right. Well, do me a favor. Tell me when you're going to auction it, and I'll be there.
I'm putting it on my. Well, I don't think I'm auctioning it off. I don't think I'll auction the figures off. I have some other stuff. Like I said, I have the plushes, and I have. I don't know. Like here, hang on a second. There. You want to bid on this? It's a tray.
No, I'm not into the trays.
It's vintage, Paul.
I used to have one when I was a kid, though. I remember that.
1988.
Yeah. Those are the old lunch trays, right?
Yeah. Boom.
That you sit in front of the TV with your
Right.
frozen dinner and eat.
Right. Rot your brain.
Yeah, I was more than a kid in '88.
Nice guy mix at $2. I don't know. It's got a little wear on the bottom. But like stuff like that, I don't know. The figures, I know I can sell them.
How much do you think you could get for the figures?
I don't know.
As a
At
lot.
$10 a piece. $10 a piece, probably at least 12. I don't know. I don't know if there's one rare in there or not.
And how many figures are there?
What?
How many figures are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14 figures.
I don't know. 10 to 12 bucks a piece, I would think, right?
So you want like $200 for the whole lot.
200, you could have it, Paul.
I know, but I don't want to pay 200.
No, you don't. I know you don't.
All right, man. Well, I had a good time with this. I hope you.
Yeah, it was good. Too. Hey, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having the content on a regular basis on your channel. I know it as a YouTuber, I know that's very hard to do. All the lives that you have, all your guests that you give platforms to have good insights and good feedback for those of us, because I still learn. I learn a lot of things, and especially on your channel. So I appreciate all of that. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'd love to have you back again.
Yeah, I'd love to come back.
Because man, you're doing it all. I mean, all the platforms, just about all the platforms, plus the lockers. You're doing it all, man. You're doing the auctions.
I try.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people can learn from you too. I mean, you're full time, so you're making an income, you're paying your bills.
Yep.
And it's all online. And people always wonder, I'll never be able to do it. I'll never be able to do it. And if you keep saying that and thinking that, you won't be able to do it.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, you just got to start off, and you'll know when it's time to make the jump to full time.
Right. And you know what? Sometimes you have to have that mindset too, that maybe you don't need, like, I'm not saying you have to live like you're homeless or whatever, you know what I mean? But do you really need the brand new car that, the 2021 model car that just came out, or do you need, to wear Gucci sneakers every day, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. I'm not saying you have to live like a pauper, but I think if people in the reselling world that we're in, I think we have that mentality of trying to stretch money and trying to stretch items and maybe not needing the best and the biggest thing, or if you're going to have the biggest and best thing, trying to get it at a lower of a price, than normal. So I think you start cutting back on some expenses and just taking a look at things. Anyone can do it.
Right. True. Very, very true. And I appreciate everybody for being here. I appreciate the feedback and the thoughts that you put in, the ideas that some of you put in there too.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to Mike.
Thank you.
Tuesdays and Sundays, he does an auction. And make sure you subscribe to him. Make sure you subscribe to me. Hit the bell. Hit all. You'll know every time we go on. And subscribe to each other. Everybody, we bring everybody's channel up. And We all need hours. We all need time and subscribers.
Mhm.
So, any final thoughts?
I say just go out there and do it. Just go do it. Just take a chance. Don't let people tell you can't. Don't listen to negativity. Just and have fun. If you like to do it and it's something that brings you happiness, go do it, and you'll be happy. It's not always about making $1 zillion in life. You have to be happy too. So go
Right.
do what makes you happy.
Exactly. And like I tell everybody, if you're going to start selling and stuff, don't forget it's a business. It's your business. Treat it like a business.
Right. Yeah. Just treat people like you would want to be treated yourself.
Exactly.
Basically, and you'll be fine.
Exactly. All right. So with that, we're going to sign off. I know we went longer than usual. I appreciate you all staying here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike, for being here with us.
Thanks.
So I will see everybody back here tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? I have no idea yet. But we'll find out soon. So take care, everybody.